All right, everybody. Well, welcome to this evening. Birkie's live Q&A session tonight. We're just getting started here. Sorry for the short delay, but you know, the Northwoods interweb sometimes is a little bit slow in going. First of all, I want to start this evening off with talking about the obvious COVID issues that we have. COVID is not getting any better right now, and we understand that. We understand that it's only getting worse, but Birkie is 100 days away right now, and a lot can change in that period. Understand that we're working with some of the best local, regional, statewide, and national health professionals and looking at the modifications that we can put in place to help make it safe for those that can travel here. But first and foremost, we also have to remember, this isn't a one-size-fits-all Birkie this year. If you live in Madison and have your own cabin here, you live in Spooner, you can drive here for the day, is very different if you're trying to get here from Boston or Oklahoma City. So this year, the virtual option is a very good option for those of you that have very difficult travel to get here or don't have some of those concrete places. I always have my own cabin. But that's the reason we want you to choose the option that's safest for you. And again, remember, why is this even an option? Right now, we're really fortunate that we have this 40-foot wide trail, as well as two side-by-side stadiums and completely separate start, separate finish stadiums that are going to allow us to keep people separated in those areas, as well as park 1,000 cars. Everyone has their own private warm space. So it's through a variety of those variables that allow us to even have these options for those of you that want to be here in person. And again, those of you that want to come virtually, you still get credit, you get all the cool stuff, but we want you to choose that option if it's right for you. As I mentioned earlier, Dr. Quigley was able to put together a small video for us this morning. And so at this time, I'd like to put up the video from Dr. Quigley.
Hi, I'm Dr. Quigley, the medical director for the American Birkebeinders year-round events. I want you to know that the Birkie team is working very hard to make this year's Birkie events safe for everyone. They did put on 2 events this fall, the trail run and the bike ascent. I was personally present for the trail run and all precautions were taken to maintain social distancing. It was a well-run, COVID-safe event. Realize, however, that the Birkie organization can control the safety of participants at the start and the finish. They cannot control what happens on the trail in terms of bunching of athletes, nor can they control the hotels, restaurants, bars, grocery stores, and the hospital where COVID exposure could occur. My job certainly has changed in this time of COVID. I used to have to only worry about the participants. I worried about my medical volunteers, but the focus was always on providing the best medical care in the most expeditious manner to our racers. Now I need to focus on assuring that the people who generously give of their time and talents are safe. It is important that we minimize the number of racers who need medical care during the event. Based on this, we have the following plan in place. Unfortunately, because of off-trail logistical nightmares, the National Ski Patrol will not be on the course to act as first responders. We will have 3 to 4 medical personnel at each aid station and a total of 4 snowmobile evac groups. This is significantly below our normal staffing. Response times on the course this year may be significantly longer. In that regard, I applaud the Birkie team on making the decision that results from this year's event will not affect wave placement in 2022. People need to consider the Birkie event this year as a long ski and not a race. When people race, they take chances they wouldn't normally take and increase the risk of hurting themselves and requiring medical care. Additionally, I am asking that anyone with a history of heart, lung, or kidney disease, as well as anyone who has had COVID within 90 days of the race virtually, near their own homes and medical resources, and without the pressure of a race. Let's take this year and support all the members of our Birkie family, racers, volunteers, and spectators. My recommendation is that all skiers seriously look at virtual options. It will make the 2022 Birkie Week that much sweeter. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Quigley. And You know, a couple of the things, and I know Christy's going to touch on them here in a few minutes as we go through some of her presentation, but understand first and foremost, the most important filter we have is safety. We want to make sure when people come here, they're safe, not only our participants, but certainly the volunteers and our community members and staff. So whatever option it is that's right for you, whether it's virtual or it's coming to participate in person, we know that a lot of things are going to evolve over the last 100 days. When we started registering people way back in April, we told you then it might be virtual, it might be normal, or something in between. And we're understanding now that this continues to evolve, so please check that events update page regularly, but also ask questions. We have our staff working every day on trying to get those answers to you as soon as we can. And as I touched on before, there's a lot of different moving parts right now that we're able to utilize that some other events can't, whether it is this wide variety of time and space, or many of the different things that we were able to try this summer with the different events. So with that, I think the best thing to do is I'm going to send it over to our event director, Christy Mackey, and she's going to walk you through a few more slides and some more questions and answer.
Hi, okay, thanks, Ben. And thanks everyone for joining us tonight. I just want to remind you that you can always call us with your questions or email us at birkie@birkie.com or registration@birkie.com. And we're trying really hard to get to all of your questions and all of your emails. But please look at the event updates and our FAQs first and see if you can find your answer there. And we will go through a few slides tonight so I can kind of explain the changes that has been happening in the recent weeks and then answer your questions. Okay, so we have determined the final schedule for 2021 Birkie Week. So this includes the American Birkebeiner, the Korte, Prince Haakon, the Birkie, Barna Birkie, Birkie Adaptive, and the Junior Birkie. So Wednesday, the American Birkebeiner, Korte, Prince Haakon races will be at the American Birkebeiner Trailhead. The start times are from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and there are specific wave start times. And I will be getting to that in just a little bit. And those are also up on our website now. The Birkie will also be happening on that same day at the Birkie Ridge Trailhead from 8 a.m. And that's supposed to be until 11 a.m. So the Birkie this year will be more of an open track style, and that'll be at the Birkie Trailhead on Wednesday and on Thursday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Thursday will again see our three largest races, and also the Birkie at Birkie Trailhead, but we'll also have the Barna Birkie at 00 in the Korte Stadium from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So the Barna Birkie will be on Thursday. It will also be again on Friday. Again, the Barna Birkie this year will be more of an open track style event where you will come and ski with your kids. There won't be official start times and waves. And stay tuned for more information on exactly how that will work. Depending on our COVID situation at the time, we might be spreading out the starts for that and assigning start times to you, but it will be on Thursday or Friday. From 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the Barna Birkie. Then on Friday, again, we have the three major races, the Barna Birkie, and then the Junior Birkie will also be at 00 in the Korte Stadium at 2 p.m. And I forgot on Thursday, we will also have the Birkie Adaptive, again at 00. Saturday and Sunday will be the American Birkebeiner, Korte, Prince Haakon, both of those days. Saturday will be a skate race. Sunday will be a classic race. On these 2 days, we will be crowning Birkie champions. On Saturday for the skate race, on Sunday for the classic races. So we've spent a lot of time determining the start wave schedule. And as Ben mentioned earlier, we are really lucky because we have time and space. We can control most of the American Birkebeiner Trail and utilize it over multiple days. So we're very lucky that we can spread things out. We have some really great partners in Eric Wickham and Matt Sargent, and they have developed an amazing model that we have been using to determine exactly how much time and space we need to use to keep participant numbers low on the course, at aid stations and in the start and finish area. So we have modeled how participants will flow on the course, and we've done that by using your speed, by looking at how large the waves will be and the time between wave starts. So we've really been able to get a good idea of what the flow on the race course will look like. So using that, here is the schedule for all of the skate races for Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Each day is exactly the same for the skate race. The classic race is a little bit modified, but here's the start schedule. We'll start off at 8 a.m. every morning with an elite men's start. Again, if you are in the elite men's wave and you want to become the Birkie champion, you will want to choose Saturday as your race day. Saturday will be a gun start for the elite men and the elite women, along with the Korte elite men and women. All the other waves and on all the other days will be chip timed. As you can see, most of the waves are 15 minutes apart, and this will allow us to have a more spread out, less congested race course. The classic schedule for Friday and Sunday is very similar. There aren't quite as many waves on these days, so the time is shortened up a little bit. Now you will note, and I'll talk about that in a little bit longer, that if you, the start schedule goes a little bit longer than it does in a normal year. So if you are in one of the waves that start at the end, our cutoff time will remain the same at 6 p.m. So you really want to calculate out whether you can finish the race in time, but remember that this race is shorter than in most years. So the Birkie is 43K instead of 50 or 55K, and the Korte is 26K instead of 29K. So even though it might look like you have less time to complete the race, you also have less distance to cover. And as Dr. Quigley mentioned, the 2021 finish times will not be used for future wave placement. And we've gotten a lot of questions about this. And there are multiple reasons why this will not occur. The main one being that medical, it will really take some of the pressure off of medical. But we also realize that each day will have different conditions, and it would have been difficult to directly compare each day and make that as fair as we can when we were looking at using finish times for future wave placement. How you will qualify for the 2022 Elite Wave is still to be determined. For anyone that's curious about that, we're still working on that. And you may register and ski for more than one event, but you will only get credit for completing one American Birkebeiner, one Korte, and one Prince Haakon. So you can register and ski for a Birkie skate and classic race, but you will only get one credit for completing that event. And as I touched on earlier, completion time for 2021 is again 6 p.m. And that is not just an arbitrary number, that is actually when it starts to get dark here. So for safety reasons, we have to have everyone off of the course at 6 p.m. You'll soon be able to see the cutoff schedule on our website, which will give you an idea of when you have to be through each aid station and at what time. And for anyone that is, if you try skiing on a different day than what you are registered for, or if you think about skiing a different race than what you are registered for instance, if you are registered for the Birkie you feel tired out there and so you just ski the Korte instead, you will not be given credit for that event. Especially this year, it's very important that we keep track of all of our participants and that we really have an idea of where you are on the course and what is going on with your race. So everyone has to ski on the day that they are assigned and the race that they are registered for. That being said, you will be able to change what race you are registered for up until a date in January, and you can check our website for all of that information. And we are continuing to work on the virtual option. You can switch to the virtual option by January 22nd, and then you will receive your bib, hat, your finisher medal or pin, and also your ski ties before your event date. So you can have your bib in time to actually do your race, your virtual race. Anyone that makes the change after January 22nd will not get ski ties and most likely will not get their bib packet before the event dates. And virtual racers may not complete the event on the actual race course here. We cannot have extra people here on those event days, so please do not try and do the race on the actual race course, the virtual race. So to obtain the completion credit for doing a virtual race, your attempt must be verified through an activity tracker, a watch, something on your phone, or verified by someone that knows, either witnessed your attempt, that would be ideal, that witnessed your attempt, knows that you actually did the race and completed the distance required to complete your race, and have that verified in writing. And you may not, once you switch to virtual, you may not switch to in-person, but we really strongly suggest that you make your decision to whatever is going to be best for you. And more details will be coming soon about the virtual option. We will be partnering with a lot of other ski areas to have grooming on the 5 days of the virtual event and to really make your virtual event a really strong event for you and something that you'll be really proud of doing. Okay, so tomorrow starts Choose Your Race Day. So you should have gotten an email on Friday from registration@birkie.com that has all of the instructions on how you will choose your race day. The first emails will be going out tomorrow, Tuesday, November 17th. And if you registered in April, you will be getting an email sometime tomorrow, Tuesday, November 17th. Now, it can often take time for those emails to go out. You will see them most likely by mid-afternoon. But if you do not see one by end of day tomorrow, please email registration@birkie.com. But your biggest clue will be if you received your wave confirmation and you received the email on Friday. So tomorrow, April registrations, Wednesday through Friday. Anyone that registered in May will receive their emails. Then we will not send any emails out on Saturday and Sunday. Do not have to look at your emails on Saturday and Sunday. We will pick it up again on Monday, November 23rd. Anyone that registered in June and July will have their email sent. We'll have an email sent to them. In this email will be the link on how that you will follow. Click the link in the email to follow that to pick your race day. Tuesday, we'll have August and September registrations, and on Wednesday, October and November registrations. So slots are filled on a first come, first served basis. You do not have to fill it out right away. You then risk the chance of a specific day filling up before you can get to it. So we do recommend that you fill that form out right away, but if you were waiting you're with a group of people and you all want to choose it on the same day, so you're going to wait, we recommend that you wait no later than Friday, November 27th recognize that we will be getting more registrations in, and so you will always be competing with more people for those slots. Okay, now we will answer some questions. Okay, I didn't get my email on Friday. What should I do? And I use Gmail. Gmail has a few different things, a few different places that you should look. Across the top in your Gmail, you should have different tabs for different folders. It's often called primary, social, or promotions. Often American Birkebeiner emails will go into the promotions folder. So make sure that you are looking at the promotions folder. Also on the left hand of your Gmail account, you'll see different folders there. And it might have gone into one of the folders that you find in different categories. And it also might be in your junk folder. So check out all of those areas. And if you still don't see it, then contact us at registration@birkie.com. Will my 2021 Birkie finish time impact my 2022 wave placement? No, it won't. So we will continue to use 2018, 2019, and 2020 for wave placements into the future. If the 2021 Birkie is your first time completing the Birkie, we will not make you ski in wave 8 again, and we will come out with some ways that we are going to put you into a better wave that more closely reflects your actual skiing ability and where you should be in the race. I registered in June and my brother registered in September. How can we secure the same race day? You will get your emails on different days, 1 day apart. So if you registered in June, you might just want to wait until Tuesday when your brother will get his email, and then both of you register for the pick your day on that day. Otherwise, we cannot guarantee that your first choice will fill up. So you can always wait and do it the next day. See how, and then you have a better chance of getting the same race day. Once I choose my race day, can I switch to a different day later? At this time, we cannot guarantee that we will be able to honor any request for switching to a different day. It gets very complicated when we have 40 different waves and 5 different days, and so the best guarantee is to choose which day you want the first time. If I can't choose my race day right away, what is the deadline for choosing my race day? You technically don't have a deadline. We ask you right now to choose your race day by November 27th to ensure that we still have a slot for you. So I recommend choosing your day as soon as you can. Can I switch from skate to classic before I get my race day selection email? No, at this time, no, you cannot. We have paused technique and race changes until December 1st. So in order to get through all of the select your race days, we can't accept any changes to technique or races at this point, but you will then be able to make that change after December 1st. Then you will get a new choose your race day selection email and be able to select your day at that time. Will we be required to wear masks while skiing in our race? Part of that is determined by what the public health recommendations will be at that time. I was recently on a conference with medical directors and professionals from around the world that do all kinds of endurance events. And the doctors are recommending that if you are within 6 feet of someone and you are running or skiing or doing anything, that you do wear a mask. And we will be requiring masks in the start and finish areas. You do not have to wear one at this time on the course, But we do recommend that if you are close to someone, you should have your mask on. And most likely, as you're going through an aid station, we'll be asking you to wear a mask also. If I decide to switch to the virtual race option, can I switch back to the in-person race later? No, at this point in time, once you switch to the virtual race option, you will not be allowed to switch back. It gets very confusing when we have limited slots on race day. So once you switch to that virtual race option, you will be switching. You'll have to stay to the virtual race option. We'll also be getting your bib packets ready to mail to you. So there are lots of reasons why that becomes very cumbersome. And once you switch to virtual, you'll have to stay virtual. How will we pick up our Birkie Gear bags this year? We're still working on how pickup for in-person bibs and gear bags will go. You always have the opportunity to have your gear bag mailed to you. It's an $11 mail fee, and there'll be a link for that on our website. But we're working on the logistics of how, if you are in person, how you'll get your gear bags. When will you announce the wave start schedule for each day of race week? That is now on our website, and you'll find it under the American Birkebeiner, the Korte, and the Prince Hoken page. Know that those wave start schedules, they're the same each day for each skate race, and the same for both classic days. If COVID-19 is worse in January, can I still switch to the virtual race then? Yes, for sure you will be able to switch to the virtual race in January, and there will not be a fee for that. Anyone that switches to the virtual race, we will mail your bib, your hat, your finish medal or pin. If you switch by January 22nd, you will also get your ski ties. All of that will be mailed to you. There's no fee for having that mailed to you or for switching to the virtual race. If I'm registered for the Birkie, can I decide to ski the shorter Korte distance during my race? No, you have to complete the race that you are actually registered for. Where will we park on race day? How close is it to the start, and will there be a bag drop area? You will park at the American Birkebeiner Trailhead on race day. We'll have multiple parking areas to ensure that we have enough space for the number of skiers that we have that day. Most of the parking will be within a half mile from the start area, and we'll have walkways and potentially areas to ski to the start depending on where your parking lot is. And that parking will be first come, first served. There will not be a bag drop area at the actual start and finish line because you will be so close to your cars. And to reduce contact points, we will not be having any specific area where you can leave your bags. Also, we work very closely with law enforcement and security, and any bag that is left in a common area like the start and finish area will be subject to law enforcement scrutiny, and it very potentially will not be there when you get back. So please leave your things in your car. Use your car as your warm space for all of your changing, for putting your ski boots on, and those sorts of things. It will not be a very long walk back to the car. I'm a later wave skier, and I think it will take me a little over 6 hours to finish my race. Will I have time to finish before it gets dark? Most of the days you will have time to finish before it gets dark, especially if you are skiing a 6-hour Birkie. It should not be a problem. If you are concerned that you will not be able to finish, you can always switch to virtual and then start your race earlier in the day on your own time and in your own location. All right, now we will see if we had any more questions come in. All right, I want to again thank people for hanging in there with us tonight and asking these questions. Let's see. Okay, are you going to discourage, prohibit drafting and skiing in packs? Obviously, skiing in packs in somebody's in draft is probably not a recommended thing. So medical professionals, doctors are suggesting that if you have to come in close contact, you wear a mask at all times. But one of the reasons we are having such a long start schedule is so people have a little more time in their start area, and you do not have to start in such a close pack, and you can spread out more rapidly on the course. Is the turkey Birkie still on? We are actually making snow at the American Birkebeiner Trailhead right now. I can see the snow gun going out my window. So the turkey Birkie, yes, is still on at this time. We are really controlling the number of skiers and how the demos are run so that they are very COVID friendly. We have no indoor spaces, no lines, no touch points, and there will be limited skiers on the trail that we have groomed at that time. If my originally assigned wave is already full on my desired day, can I move back to a later wave on the same day, or do I need to choose a different day? No, you will have to choose a different day. Unfortunately, a lot of the waves are full, and we're trying to keep them all as small as possible. So if your assigned wave is full, you will have to move to a different day. Your race selection email will only allow you to choose a day for your specific wave. So if I am skiing Korte skate wave 3, I will only be able to choose Korte skate wave 3 on Wednesday, Thursday, or Saturday. It will not allow you to choose a later wave. So you will have to choose one of those days. Have you reconsidered expanding time frame for virtual event? Not viable option for local skiers. The actual race will be using the best trail. We are still hoping to create a very exciting virtual event for you. And part of that is giving you a very specific time to complete your virtual event. There are some changes that are happening with the virtual event, and there'll probably be some exciting things that occur over the next couple of months. But at this time, we are still doing the virtual event on the 5 days that the actual in-person events are happening. How many elite skiers are allowed to ski each day? Is Saturday still the main elite race in which the Birkie Korte champs are determined? Yes, Saturday is still, well, the Birkie skate champion will be crowned on Saturday. The Birkie classic champion will be crowned on Sunday. So how many elite skiers are allowed to race each day is different depending on what race and what elite wave it is. And we're still working out some of those numbers, and that a lot of that is depending on travel from different areas and what will be allowed at that time. I purchased the Birkie Gear bag when I registered. If I switch to the virtual event, will that be shipped to me with my bib and hat? We're still working on some of those details, but we will make sure that you know how to get your Birkie Gear bag to you if you switch to your virtual event. We'll probably have a couple of different options on how you can get the Birkie Gear bag, but there will for sure be an option where it can be shipped to you. Will there be warriors in Inga? We did open up the Warrior in Inga's contest. What they actually do on the 5 days will be determined on what is allowed with COVID and how many extra people we can actually have at the event on those specific days. But we want to keep that tradition going. We think everybody that completes the Birkie this year, whether in person or virtual really deserves to be a warrior or an inga. And so we will be continuing that tradition this year. Are virtual participants eligible for age group awards? No, virtual participants are not eligible for age group awards. We cannot control what kind of course you are skiing on and whether that's comparable to being actually on the Birkie Trail. So no virtual awards. If I sign up for a day now, can I switch to virtual later? Yes. You will for sure be able to switch to virtual later on. If you switch by January 22nd, you will get your hat, your bib, your finisher medal or pin, and ski ties mailed to you in time for your event. So we encourage you to switch to virtual as soon as you know that that is the option that is going to be right for you. Please switch to virtual so we can get everything ready to mail to you. Will 2021 race times for first-time skiers be used to decide 2022? Yes, we will make sure that if 2021 is your first year skiing the Birkie, that you will not be in the last wave for 2 years in a row. We will be working through that. Will there be porta potties at the parking area and at the start? Yes, we will have porta potties. We had a very safe way of doing that at the Birkie Trail Run. They will be spread out. There will be hand sanitizer outside the porta potties, inside the porta potties, and outside again. So there will be porta potties at the parking area at the start and at the aid stations. Will we get an email confirmation for the day we picked? That's a very good question. I don't think that you will get an email confirmation for the day that you picked. If you are unsure of what you actually decided on, please email registration@birkie.com. Where can I ski my virtual race? You can ski your virtual race wherever you are. So if virtual becomes an even larger undertaking, we will have some different options, make some suggestions for where you can ski your virtual race. And we will be working with a lot of areas in the Midwest and hopefully even farther throughout the country, where other places will make sure that they have a groomed trail for you, that they are open, and that you can really have a good virtual race experience. So hopefully you'll be able to ski your virtual race from wherever you are. All right, that was a lot of questions and I have done a lot of talking. So thank you for all of these questions. Please know that we continue to refine this and that we continue to dial in all of these details, and we really want to provide a safe and exciting and fun event. And we hope that you are all getting snow wherever you are and can get out and stay healthy and stay skiing. And please continue to email us or call us with questions, and we will try and get to them all as soon as we can. So now I will send it back to Ben.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us again. And I just want to close with a couple quick things. First and foremost, I hope you understand that we're doing everything we can to create safe experiences. We don't take this lightly. We want to provide safe experiences for those that can come here and participate with us in person, as well as provide those opportunities that inspire this lifestyle to be out virtually doing it wherever you might be. We also realize this is going to change by the day. And we know that over the next 100 days, a lot of things is going to happen. So the one thing, many of you have been with us in 2017. It was a time that was very hard for the organization. It was stressful. It was really stressful for many of you, as it was the first time ever the event, or the second time ever the event was canceled. And one of the things I think we really prided ourselves on was trying to get you as much information as soon as we knew it. So know that as soon as we make decisions, and as we rely on some of the best medical experts around the world, we want to put on something that's great for our community, which is not just our local community, but that's the Birkie Birkie community. So all I can say is keep checking in, keep asking questions, and keep living the lifestyle that we love, this outdoor active lifestyle that means so much to so many of us. So we're going to keep training up here and making snow in the Northwoods and getting ready for an amazing winter. You keep training wherever you are, having fun, building the community, and doing the things you love. So hopefully things are well where you are in the outdoor world of training and being active. And short of that, we look forward to seeing you up here in the Northwoods soon.